Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين وعلى أصحابه الغر الميامين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين اللهم اجعلنا منهم اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. We begin by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We thank him. We acknowledge that he is the only one worthy and deserving of all praise and thanks. And we ask him to shower his most complete and abundant blessings and protection upon his noble Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon his noble family, upon his shining companions, and upon all of those that follow them until the end of time. We ask Allah to include us from among them. We ask Allah to teach us what will benefit us, to benefit us through what He has taught us, and to increase us in knowledge and accepted actions. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. How is everybody doing this chilly morning? Good? Alhamdulillah. Lots of silence. Understood. All right. So we'll be taking our
Joseph, can you hear Sheikh Aisha?
Yeah, I can, Mohammed.
No, I can't hear anything. Gonna have to restart.
So we will be taking our midterm exam today. What I'm going to do is I will be handing out the in-person exams to everybody here. I'll be sending the link to the exam via the chat to our online folks. And then we will take a few minutes before we actually start the exam to just go over the instructions. And then you'll have about an hour and a half to complete the exam. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass these out. Do not start on it yet. Same thing for our online folks. I'm going to be sending the link. Yes.
Yeah, really good question. Okay, so for example, there's someone with like you know what it is, or is it just like based off the words?
It's purely memorization based off of the word itself. Okay. So for our online folks, here is the link. You can open it up and start printing it if you have access to a printer, but do not start.
If we don't have a printer, can we just use like notebook paper?
Yeah, that's fine.
I told you it was going to be that bad. Only 73?
Everybody able to see? Okay. Everybody has the exam open in front of them, in person and online? Yes? Okay. So let's go ahead and go through the instructions. Do not get started yet. We are just going through instructions. Every year I have people who don't follow instructions, so let's pay attention. Part one is voweling only, and these are only verbs we have covered in class, meaning if there is a word that you might be familiar with outside, but it's not something that we've covered in class and it kind of looks the same, these are only our verbs that we have memorized in class. So you will be voweling the following. You will be only putting the appropriate vowels on them. You do not need to translate. And again, if any letter is left blank, i.e. without a vowel, it will be assumed to be a sukun. Part two is filling in the blank. So moving from right to left, we have the way that we have our vocabulary listed in the vocab list. So you only have to provide whatever is the missing entry, and you are going to vowel the blank only. So do not vowel the other two entries that are given to you. Only vowel what's on the blank. Part three is translating from English to Arabic. So you are given the English sentence right there. You are going to be writing out the answer in Arabic. again, including the vowels on your answers, the harakat, the tashkil on your answers. Part 4 is translating from Arabic to English. Translating from Arabic to English. So you are going to be writing out the answer in English. And you will be, sorry, this should have an extra instruction included. So you just write it in the margin and also vowel this section as well. So part 4 is also going to include voweling. So translating from Arabic to English and voweling. Translating from Arabic to English and voweling. And include all options if there are multiple. So if there's a conjugation that's listed that could mean multiple different translations, include both. Part 5 is listing out the gender, plurality, and person in Arabic for the following. So you don't need to translate, you don't need to vowel. All you have to put is what is the gender, what is the person, what is the plurality in Arabic for part 5. Part 6, you will be, yes.
Could we just put like you want us to write in Arabic or in English?
Yeah, so all of these are terms that you're going to have to write in Arabic.
Quick question about that.
Yes.
When it comes to first person, what they can mean, does it mean like, because we don't have is it default masculine? Because you always put M/F. But is the default, do you just put if
something is written as first person, what do you put for the gender basically? Yeah, so since it is given as both, you put both genders. You list out both.
So like the same as the last one, include all options
for 4? For part 4, yeah. For part 5? Yeah, so same thing. If there's multiple options, if it could be one set of, descriptors or another set of descriptors, put all options. Part 6 is identifying the pronoun. So all you have to do is just write the pronoun and that is it. Again, no voweling, no translation, just write the pronoun. And again, include all options if there are multiple.
That's in Arabic, right?
Yes. Part 7 is basically listing out all of the following detached pronouns. Okay, in Arabic, obviously. Part 8 is translating the following key terms into Arabic. And then part 9 is extra credit. You can answer it if you would like. You can choose to skip it altogether. It will not be, you won't have any points taken away if it's incorrect. So it's totally up to you. Any questions on the exam instructions itself? Everybody, yes, Malik.
For the translate from Arabic to English, on the word, huh?
Yes. Okay. Yes, part 4 is translating and voweling. Translating. All right. Any other questions? Okay. For the oral portion, in-person students, I will be calling you over to room 404, and we will be doing our oral portion in there. For our online students, just send your phone number via the direct chat, and then I will give you a phone call for the oral portion that way. Okay. All right. So without further ado, it's 7:45. So let's take the next hour and a half to complete this exam. Online folks get a bit of a grace period due to the printing and sharing and scanning and all that.
If we don't have a printer, can we do it online, like on the form itself?
Yeah, you can. If you have a printer, then that's great. But if you don't, you can do it however else. Even if you just do it on a piece of paper, that's all fine.
Okay, on a piece of paper, do we need to write the whole thing or just the answers?
Just the answers is fine.
So for like part one, do we have to rewrite all the words and then spell it? I feel like that's gonna take more time.
Yeah,
She said on part one, we got to rewrite the word.
not for you. just here to give a courtesy reminder that we have about 5 minutes left. So if you are still taking the exam, make sure you get it in within the next 5 minutes. I still have 4 more people to do the oral portion with. So if you're online and you haven't gotten a call yet, you're we'll be getting it soon. Okay, so for all of our online folks, if you have not done the oral portion yet, just shoot me an email so we can set up a time to do it. Otherwise, I have one person I've already taken care of and 2 individuals who have not sent me their phone number. So if you would like to take the oral portion and you did not send me your phone number, just send me an email so that we can set up a time to do it via Zoom, okay? Other than that, hopefully everybody else who did send their phone number got a phone call. If you did not, let me know. And if you did not share your number with me, then send me an email. I have 2 individuals who did not send me their phone number. So if you did not do that, then send me an email so that we can set up a time to do this via Zoom. Okay. You guys will get it back by next week. Okay. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. Okay, how was that? That's good. Glad to hear that. All right.
I have a question. I know you're gonna go over next week. For feminine pronouns, did you want us to put Anna and not new or not?
So generally speaking, it will include anything that can be feminine or both masculine and feminine, but I'm not too crazy about that. So if you did not include Anna, then that's okay. All right, good. So the midterm is usually the easiest because we go super slow for the first half semester. Everybody's still getting accustomed to Arabic, all that good stuff. From next week, after we go through the exam, after we go through all the answers, get everybody's questions answered, we pick up speed quite a bit. So we will be covering a lot more material. We will be getting through the entirety of all of the big concepts and topics for verb form 1 by the end of this semester, inshallah. So we're going to be covering a lot more content than what we have covered in the first half of the semester. We've really only covered 2, or actually only 1.5 things. We've only covered Madi and part 1 of Mudari'. Once we come back, we're going to cover part B of Mudari', the ending section of Mudari', as well as all other 5 topics, 5.5 topics by the end of the semester, inshallah. So with that, we will be going over the exams next week. So no quiz next week. We'll just spend the entire time going through the exam. And if we finish early, we'll start on our new section. We do have homework for this week, though. We have the vocabulary for chapter 16/17. So I will be updating that on the class doc. So that is going to be chapter 16 and 17, just the 3 verb section. and we will be adding that to our vocab repertoire, inshallah. Any questions? Okay, excellent. I will see you all next week, inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanallah al-azim, subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk, wa sallallahu ala khayri khalqika Muhammad, walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.
That's the problem. Because Isa messaged me, said he couldn't show up. So I was like, oh. Then I realized, I was like, oh, is it anyone that sits next to Tayyib eventually begins to start showing up?
I've been traveling this week.
Because Isa had something come up, and I was like, oh no. And I was like, hold up. Isa just moved next to Tayyib.
If there are, just make sure. Yeah. Well, yeah. Might be a lot by this, but or I think I can get in before maybe I can find it earlier.
You had everybody scared about our midterm.
All of the 73 questions.
Hey, we're not acting out that.
Was it really 73? 73 plus like short answers?
Yeah.
Very short.
Yeah.
73 is a lot.
And then the oral.
Although she did, kind of scared me, she ended the class by saying, oh, we just covered the easy stuff, we're gonna pick it up a lot now. I was like, okay, maybe that's what they're talking about.
That's the way of saying the gloves are coming off.
Yeah.
What's up, problem?
That's so disrespectful. I told you I knew. After anyway, no. I think 100% sure we could have taken out. From what? For volume. For third person.
For the word that able to go to talk.
Mustaq.
Mustaq.
And the other one, Jidrun.
Jidrun is the group.
Yeah.
And then as
Adam.
Now we didn't cover any of that stuff since the first week.
Yeah.
That was kind of like.
However, Abdul Rahman in year 3, he told me that if he ever mentioned it, he's gonna put on the test.
That was stuck because it said Emma, and I thought it was a call. It was so long. I thought I had call. Like,
Yeah,
navy blue or something
yeah,
like that. But it looked like a phone. It's stuck, 'cause
The first one looked really tiny now.
yeah.
If you were to say the fly is working, what would you say?
No, I'm good. I'm good. No,
Oh, he doesn't. They don't know. They don't know.
you don't know.
I don't know what.
I feel bad.
No, they don't know.
They don't know.
It's the intention that counts.
It's the intention that counts.
You're happy with them. They got the reward and I got to be.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, no, you have to understand. No, I'm gonna say it, but I don't want to. I don't want to offend anybody. Yeah, so I'm gonna give. Can I give it to Tayyip? I don't drink anything hot, ever, ever, ever. Soup, tea, coffee, soup, ever. I don't. It's the way Allah created me. No, I'm serious. Dead serious. But see, you get rewarded. What happened?
Chef Ahmed values, like, he knows the importance of hot.
I saw that, and I didn't want to like. No, I don't think he knows.
No, he must have known.
No,
No,
I don't think he knows. No, I don't think he knows. Yeah, it's a thing. I don't know, like anything hot, like that you drink as a liquid.
Is this coffee or hot coffee?
Yeah, tea, coffee, anything hot. It was. So my rule is this: if I drink something, it's gotta be cold and sweet. I hate the taste of coffee. Yeah, I know. It's just. That's why. That's why at the beginning of the year, I mentioned the story about your mom, that she used to cook, like iftar, and your dad would tell your mom that, hey, Ahmed's coming over, because your dad had to learn the hard way, like, hey, Ahmed's a very picky eater.
Or the burger?
Because we were just together a few weekends ago. And he looked at me like, what are you doing? Yeah, it comes to liquid, nothing hot. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Like that's kind of liquidy.
No, that doesn't count. It doesn't count. That's food.
Can you say the statement? The fly is working. The fly is working. Say it in Arabic. جملة فعلية.
جملة فعلية.
The fly is working.
The fly is working. I mean, I would say يعمل الذباب. تعمل الذبابة.
You would use the word فعل. I put the fly as فعل. Technically.
It's doing.
The fly is doing.
Yeah. Fly is doing.
The fly doesn't work.
I mean, neither does it do.
Yeah. No, it does. It just goes on. It goes on. It's... Look, it's nice to be respected by your
Look, you guys win. I mean, you guys get double reward, you know? You guys get double reward.
I do, and I can be assured it wasn't compromised because it was for you.
Did you guys hear that? He said, I'm sure it hasn't been compromised because it was intended for you. I'm sorry. He started it. He started.
I didn't start it. It said something about snails.
You did start it. I mean, I went for it, but you started it. No. Huh?
Look, all I'm saying is
No. I refereed the situation. Because you did. But as the referee, I have to, you know when the referee sets the rules or sets warnings or tells the other opponent, like, yeah, but that's not me. That's not me. That's not me, guys. It's not me. On a complete side note, related to this, and I know, mashallah, Tayyib benefited out of the coffee, but no, that's kind of like the what am I trying to look for? What word? So like when you intend to do someone goodness, right? You don't know the benefit that will come out of it, right? Like, no, I mean, hypothetically, just to use another example. Guys, just drive a long way to talk all the way in Diamond. But like, you get reward for doing me a kind act, right? I get reward for doing a tayyib, and you get reward for the other example I've given before is this has happened a few times, but one time that particularly stands out in my head. One of the Jum'ahs I gave at one of the masjids, right? I went and I took like my 3 daughters, right? Hoping that they would remain quiet, and they did. But then afterwards, some older uncle, right? He just gave them, I don't know, he gave them like $5 each, right? And then the girls, as they, not that they're angels, but like as they were walking out the masjid and they were holding the $5, they were like, Baba, we want to give it a sadaqah, right? So then they saw the donation box and they each put in the sadaqah, right? And I was like, man, subhanAllah, that guy was so sincere that he got the reward of like making these kids happy by giving them something, but he also now shares in the reward of the sadaqah. And I was like, he won. Like he won. That is true winning right there, right? He got a double reward here. And then my girls got outside and someone was selling Girl Scouts cookies. They're like, Baba, can we have $5? I was like, they all win. I walk away with the L. How does that make sense? All right. Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man istanna bi sunnati ila yawmiddin. Hoping that you all survived. Inshallah, you guys survived? Yes? Yeah. Alhamdulillah. Grant asked a question. I thought it was relevant, important. He asked me about second person, the way you say second person. Is it mukhatabun or is it mukhatibun? And I said it is, what is it, guys? It is mukhatabun. It is mukhatabun. But mukhatibun is a word. Mukhatibun is a word. Mukhatibun is essentially the one that is doing the addressing, the one that is doing the speaking, and mukhatabun is the one being addressed, right? We've thus far with Shaykha Aisha, you've done what we call family one verbs, anything on the pattern of fa'ala, fa'ula, and fa'ila, right? As you progress, you will do family 2, 3, all the way till 10, right? And that difference that I mentioned between mukhatibun and mukhatabun and how to make that differentiation, you will learn as you learn the families. Right now, it's straightforward in the sense that if you have a fa'ala verb, the doer of it, the one doing the action, is fa'ilun. So you have amilun, ناظر آكل راجع ذاهب خارج. Make sense, right? And then you have the maf'ul. So, for example, akala. What does akala mean? To eat. Akilun is the one that is eating, right? Ma'kulun on the pattern of maf'ulun. Maf'ulun, ma'kulun. What's ma'kulun? Yeah, something that is eaten, right? And you can do these with a lot of them. Now, not always will it make sense, right? For example, kharaja, the one exiting is kharijun, right? You're not going to ever say makhrujun. Doesn't make any sense. It's on the pattern, but it doesn't have a meaning, right? Or raja'a raji'un. You're never going to say marju'un. Doesn't mean anything. Got it? But this idea of knowing these patterns, because then they help you understand words and kind of how words are composed and how they're made up. But anyways, al-muhim, you guys survived, or I think you survived. I mean, Sheikh Aisha will tell me if you guys survived or not. See. Okay, open up your Arabic books. We're on page 86. Oh, sorry, before we continue, this is more of my curiosity. And this is a free space, no judgment. Actually, but yeah, it's a general free space. But I'm just curious. I know people have circumstances, this and that. Who is, I know it's very early on. Who is thinking or planning, it's very early on, to also do year 2 next year? I'm just curious. I'm just sincerely curious.
Oh yeah.
I'm honestly, I'm curious. This is not like the Sheikh Mohan did not ask me to ask this. I'm just looking. Said yes. Okay. I'm just genuinely curious. A part of it was we were doing hadith today, and I was like, I think year 1 will enjoy it when they make it to year 2. Not that hoping that you're enjoying it now, but I think you'll.
Sure. Is it a matter of grades when you guys determine who goes to it? No, I'm not saying just in general. Is that it? Abdurrahman.
You're coming.
No, not me.
I'm telling you.
What's that?
I'm telling you. Don't worry about other people. I'm telling you.
Thank you for the question.
Because if I lose you, then I'm going to lose a part of my entertainment in the class. And I need you to come along. I need you to come along because of the benefit that you bring, but also the entertainment that you bring. Okay, so I need you. So I'm bringing you either way. Pass, fail, whatever happens, I'm bringing you. See?
That's about a question. Is it a matter of grades? I just wanted just like
those questions should be directed at Sheikh Farhan. I'm simply here to teach you Arabic.
You don't know?
Huh? Huh? Only Allah knows.
So you guys just informed me how the student did.
Huh?
You guys just informed me how the student did, and he's like,
how the students doing, how the students did, you know, all of that.
Yes,
all of the above. We had a exactly. Straight up, very good student. I would love to see him again, just not in class. Okay. Bismillah. Page 86. It says translate to English, right? It gives you. So I'm going to give you a few minutes. Do as many as you can. If you get stuck on one, move on. You get stuck on one. Pause for a second. Look at number 4. Number 4. Salma, read number 4. Dhu lisanin. Dhu lisanin. Abdurrahman, what does dhu lisanin mean?
Possession of. The top,
Yeah, like all the words, but you're not saying it.
you said there's no the tongue, I don't know, what to say.
Alama? Possessor of a tongue. Possessor of a tongue. Dhu lisan, it literally means possessor of a tongue. You know what it's used for in Arabic?
First of speaks languages?
No, someone who talks a lot.
Oh, like he has a tongue?
Yeah. Yeah. Dhu lisan, literally possessor of tongue, but someone who talks a lot. Go ahead. Huh? No, it's just. But it's interesting that Malik answered.
What do you say?
No, I said, it's interesting that you answered.
Oh.
I'm joking. We love Malik. Okay, let's give it a shot, even if you're not done. Number one, Siraj, read it. Rabbi means
My Lord /
my Lord, my master. Good. We're gonna do a little more than the exercise asks of us. The exercise simply just wants us to translate. Grant, First of all, what type of construction is this?
مضاف إليه.
This is a mudafun ilay and idafatun construction. Good. What state is the mudafun in? What state is the mudafun in?
You don't know.
I don't know.
Well, you can't tell because of the mudafun ilayh is the ya, I don't know what it's called.
Ya al-mutakallim.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. And so we don't know, you can't tell what state the mudafun is in.
Perfect. Exactly. He's absolutely right. The word Rabb, technically, the way it's written, it could be marfu'un, it could be mansubun, or it could be majrurun, right? Because the mudafun ilay is the ya al-mutakallim, the e, right? Whether it's marfu'un, mansubun, majrurun, context will tell us in a sentence. Here we have no idea, right? So, Rabbi, my Lord. And then the ya grant, what type of word is that? What is that called?
Damirun muttasilun.
Good. Damirun muttasilun. Number 2, DJ, read the Arabic. Baytullahi means the house of Allah. The house of Allah. Number 3, Ya Noor, Iqra'i. Yeah, mouths of the Muslims. Noor, afwahu. Is it mufradun, muthanna, or jam'un? What type of jam'un? Good. Jam'u taksirin. What state is it in?
It is in.
Good. Al-Muslimina. What state is it in?
Al-Muslimina is in Darul.
Why?
This is the mudaf.
Good. How is it showing to you that it is in the jarun state?
Yeah.
Why is it using a ya and not a kasra?
It's the Jam'u Mudhakkar said.
Perfect. Good. Number 4. We already said that dhu lisanin means literally possessor of a tongue, right? Used in Arabic to refer to someone that like speaks a lot. Dhu, Sardar is in what state? Marfu'un. How do you know that? Because of wow. Because it is from what category of words? What is the category, Malik? Al-asma'ul khamsatu. Dhu is from the al-asma'ul khamsa. If they are marfu'un, amira, they use a. If they are mansubun, they use a alif. And if they are majrurun, they use a ya. What are the 5, amira? Good. She said, and she went in the particular order that we went over yesterday. Abun, akhun, hamun, famun, and dhu. Good. Number 5. Sa'ad. Read it. Akhihi means his brother. Good. What state is akhi in? Is in the jarun state. How is it showing that it's in the jarun state? Through the ya. Good. And the ha is called a? Good. Damirun muttasilun. And the position of the damirun muttasilun over here is a position of jarun. Phenomenal. Good. Number 6. Tayyib.
ذات
laylatin. Which means, do you know?
I haven't memorized that yet.
So ذات laylatin, anyone? It just kind of means like one night. Can be used like in a story, like on a night, right? Huh? For this translation? No, ذات laylatin is usually used like you know, like when in English they start like once upon a night, like they'll start an Arabic book, ذات laylatin, right?
Answer the question.
Yeah.
On number 5, akhihi, you said it's akhi is majrurun. Sorry, it's it's majrurun, right?
Correct.
And you said because of the ya?
Yes, because it is from the al-asma'ul khamsa. They show that they are raf'un through a waw, mansubun through an alif, and majrurun through a ya. Okay. Number 6, ذات laylatin, we said What did we say? We said one night on one night, yeah, upon a night, kind of. Number 7, Salma. Min ibadat al-asnami means, yeah, from the worship of idols. From the worship of idols. Min is called a, Salma. Harfu jar, ibadati grammatically would be labeled as a, more importantly than mudaf. It's majroor, right? So min ibadati gives us our harfu jarin, and our majroor also can be called our jarun wa majrurun. Jarun wa majrurun. And then al-asnami would be mudafun ilayhi. Good. Insha, yes.
Is it the same that translated as from the idols worshippers?
No, it's not the idol. No, it's not the idols worshippers. It's because ibadah is worship, not worshippers. Worshippers indicates the people carrying out the worship.
So this type of word can also be mudafun, the ibadah.
Ibadatun, yes. Ibadatun can be used as mudafun. So from the worship of idols, or idol worship, you could call it. Idol worship, yeah, from idol worship. Number 8, insha.
Hawla al-masjidi.
Hawla al-masjidi means?
Is hawla is like around, like near, around the masjid.
Around the masjid, around the masjid. Remember, hawla is the special mudafs, also known in Arabic as the dharfun. Dharfun, right? Denotes, in this specific one, it denotes place or location. So whatever comes after the dharfun will be a mudafun ilayh. Number 9, Muhammad. Muslimi Makkah, which means the Muslims of Mecca. Good. Muhammad, Muslimi is in what state?
It's general.
And it's showing that it's jarrun through the?
You can't tell. It's just wait, no, it's from that kesra. From the
Which kasra, Muhammad?
the one on the meme.
The one on the meme. Okay. So it's majrurun because, so make it mansubun.
Is it yeah?
Because of the, yeah, it's showing that it's majrurun.
Yeah.
Okay, make it mansubun. Misha, Muslimi is in what state? Jarun, make it mansubun. Sardar, Muslimi is in what state? Make it nasbun. Huh?
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Your apology accepted. Abdurrahman.
Make it Muslim, Muslim. I mean, you said make it Muslim.
Yeah, that's because everyone before him.
Everyone's like lobby. It's like it's you can't tell. It's like the word lobby.
Saad looked confused and perplexed and upset. Go ahead, Saad. Give it to him. It's Nasbun and Jarun, guys. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. I didn't say that.
But he questioned you and you like, well, oh, maybe it's not.
Yeah, I need straight answers. Don't defend each other when your classmate didn't give a clear answer. Right? Saad came up with the clear answer. He came straight shooting. He didn't beat around the bush. Saad said it's Nasbun and Jarun. Guys, Muslimuna, Raf'un, Muslimina, Nasbun and Jarun. Yes? In agreement? Yes, guys? Muslimina. So, Muhammad, you should have said that it's, when I said what's, huh? Good. Nasbun and Jarun. Phenomenal. What state is Makkah in, ya Muhammad? You're killing me, Muhammad. Raf'un. Yeah, okay, make it Nasbun.
Wait, no, it's in Nasbun. Wait, hold on.
DJ, what state is Makkah in? What did you say about the brothers? You said they like come through or something like that? Some random thing.
It was after the 73 questions on Sheikh Aisha.
Oh, yeah, like the brothers, like
We watch out for each other.
No, I said when the times get tough, the brothers show up.
Yeah. So she's we're asking, and I'm asking with Amira now, what's up?
I can only speak for my first row.
Well, okay, DJ, what state is Makkah in? Guys, we have taken so many times that Makkah too is mamnu'un min as-sarf, right? So if the mamnu' min as-sarf, Michelle, mamnu'un min as-sarf, partially flexible. It's not going to do two things. What two things is it not going to do? No tanween. Noor, help her out. No tanween and no kasrash. Rather, in the state of jar, it takes a fatha. Muslimi Makkah, Muslims of Makkah. Makkah is in the state of jarrun. Makkah is in the state of jarrun. We've done this example before. I know we have. Makkah is in the state of jarrun. How is it showing it? Through a fatha. Why is it using a fatha? Because it is mamnu'un min as-sarf. Rama, where did the noon go? Why is it Muslimi Makkah? Where's the noon? Allah, good. So she said that it has been taken away, it has been omitted, because if it has tanween or if it ends in a noon, specifically a dual word and a jam' al-mudhakkar salim word, it's considered heavy. To make it mudaf, we need to make it light. So we either remove the tanween if it has tanween, or we remove the noon. So in this case, we remove the noon. Ends up being Muslimi Makkata. Is that clear, Abdurrahman? Muslimi Abdurrahman is in what state? Good. And what state is Makkah in?
Yeah.
And why does it have a fatha instead of a kasra? Good. That's all I needed. Yes. Tell what? Ask the question because
Okay, so Makkah is.
how can I tell that it's jarrun and not nasbun? Good. So we've taken a few words. One of the words that we've taken that is mamnu' min as-sarf is this specific word, Makkah, right? But another way to tell, another very apparent way to tell, is that it only has one vowel sign. Generally, right? Like for example, look at number 6. That layla tin, 2 kasras. The fact that it has one fatha and it has no alif lam, generally a word will only take one vowel sign if it has an alif lam attached to it, correct? But the fact that it only has one vowel sign and is coming at the end of an idafa construction automatically should tell you or indicate to you that it's mamnu' min as-sarf, right? Jarrun and not good because of the wording Muslimi Makkah. So you know Muslimi is originally Muslimina, correct? So you know that Muslimi is a mudaf. So if you have a mudaf, what are you going to have right after it? Mudafun ilay. And the mudafun ilay is always going to be in what state? Majrurun. So that fatha, right? Don't get obsessed with the fatha, but look at, okay, what context is it coming in? It's coming in the context of an idafa, mudaf and a mudafun ilay. That's how you know. Make sense? Good? All right. Let's go. Muhammad Ali, number 10. Read the word.
Aba'una.
Aba'una, which means?
Our fathers.
Our fathers. Good. What state is aba'u in?
Rafun.
Raf'un. And you know that through what letter or vowel sign?
The dhamma on the hamza.
The dhamma on the hamza. Good. And the noon obviously is the mudafun ilay. What type of word is the noon?
What type? Dhamirun muttasilun. Muttasilun.
Muttasilun. Good. Dhamirun muttasilun. Salma, aba'u, over here. How come it's not using the wow to show that it's in a state of raf'un? Didn't we say the word abun is from al-asma'ul khamsa? Because it's plural. What we mentioned yesterday about the 5 nouns, right? We said for that to apply, it has to be singular, mufradun. Good. Number 11, Joseph, read.
An Qawmi Musa.
An Qawmi Musa. What's the translation?
About the people of Musa.
Yeah, about the people of Musa. Good. Joseph, an is called a
um,
طيب.
مفهوم.
What's an called? حرف جر and can also be called a jar. And then قومي طيب is called a مجرور, right? And Musa in this context طيب is the
Musa is the mudaf ilayh.
Musa is the mudafun ilayh. Good. Musa is the mudafun ilayh. Muhammad Fardeen, the mudafun ilayh is in what state? Musa over here.
It's in Jarun state.
It's in Jarun state. How come I can't see that it's in Jarun state?
Because you just explained that this is one of the mamnu' min as-sarfi.
Your classmates over here are disagreeing.
Oh.
Insha, why can't I see that in the state of jar?
مقدم.
It's
Oh,
muqaddarun. It's hidden flexible. Wherever Musa shows up, right? Musa is different than mamnu' min as-sarf. Makkatu, makkata, makkata. Clear? Raf'un nasbun jarun. Makkatu, makkata, makkata. Do it for Musa. Musa, Musa, Musa. Get the difference? Yes? Also muqaddarun. Zakaria, Zakaria, Zakaria. Right? The name. Or hospital. Mustashfa, Mustashfa, Mustashfa. Or may Allah bring him back. Isa, Isa, Isa. No, I'm talking about the student, guys. The other one we believe is coming back. That's worked out. Okay. Number 12. Samira. Qalbur Rasuli means? Rasul means messenger. What's qalb mean? Michelle, what is qalb? What does qalbur Rasuli mean? Heart of the messenger. Heart of the messenger. Samira, what state is qalbu in? The first word. The raf'un state. Look at the vowel sign on the last letter, the dhamma. Qalbu. The dhamma indicates raf'un. Qalbur Rasuli, the heart of the messenger. Number 13. Let's go, Malik. Read the Arabic. Rabbul Alamin, the Lord of the worlds, Lord of all of creation. Al-Alamin is in what state, Malik? It's in Nasbun and in Jarun. And you know that because of the the Ya Nun.
Lord of everything work, is that a different word?
Al-Alamin is created beings. Yeah.
Lord of universe?
Guys, we haven't even figured out the question. Guys, a second. Lord of the worlds, Lord of all of creation. Malik, Al-Alamin is in what state? Nasbun and Jarun. And you know that because of the good. Al-Alamin over here in this context, you would say it's Nasbun and Jarun? That's what you should say. Okay, you would say it's Jarun because it's the Mudafun ilayh. If we remove the Rabb and I just wrote Al-Alamin, then you should say Nasbun Jarun. Good. Number 14. Let's go, Grant. Means?
Our people.
Our people. Good. 15. Siraj. Kullu nafsin means?
Every person's last soul.
Yeah, every person, every soul, right? Abdurrahman, 16. Means? Their father. Who is there over here? The hunna. Who's the hunna indicating? Hunna is female. Good. So there, in parentheses, F for feminine, father. Good. Abdurrahman, what state is Abu in? Raf'un. How do you know that? Or what letter or what vowel sign? The wow. Why is it using a wow? Why is it not using a dhamma? Why is this word using a wow?
Why is it the ضمير?
Malik, why is it using a wow? Because it's part of al-asma'ul khamsa. Once again, it's part of al-asma'ul khamsa. Hunna Salma is in what state? Positionally is in what state? Jar, because it's the mudafun ilayh. Good. 17. Noor, 17. عندنا كتاب means. Okay. Let's go with Amira. عندنا كتاب. Good. عندنا كتاب means we have a book. عندنا كتاب means we have a book. Now this is a sentence. Something I have to explain here is that when you have عندنا, you took عند as a ظرف, correct? You took عند as a ظرف, okay? Bottom left, first box, correct somewhere? Yeah. عندنا, what are the definitions that it gives you? With a and by. Okay. عندنا كتاب, we have a book. Okay, this is a jumlatun ismiyatun. I think this is the first one that's a jumla ismiyah. Right? All of them were phrases before. This is a jumlatun ismiyatun. That means we have to have what and what? Mubtada'un ana khabarun. Good. A dharf will never ever be your mubtada. A dharf will never ever be your mubtada. Clear? So what does that mean that is your mubtada essentially here? Kitabun. Kitabun is your mubtada. Kitabun is your mubtada. Do you guys remember that we took this whole idea of jumlatun ismiyatun and there's the normal order. The normal order is what, guys? Mubtada'un and khabarun. And if we have all three parts, then it's going to be, what are we going to start with? Mubtada'un, khabarun, muta'alliqun bil khabar. You remember that? Mubtada'un, khabarun, muta'alliqun bil khabar. Subject, predicate, muta'alliqun bil khabar, that which is associated or related to the khabar. You remember that? Yes? Okay. Then we took abnormal sentence structure. Abnormal sentence structure. And there were two patterns that they gave us for abnormal sentence structure. Salma, what was the first? Good. Muta'alliqun bil khabar, followed by the mubtada. We'll come back to this one because this is an example of that. Okay? The second abnormal sentence structure was what, Sa'ad? No. Good. The second abnormal sentence structure was the mubtada'un followed by the muta'alliqun bil khabari followed by the khabar. Good. An example of that would be Allahu ala kulli shay'in qadirun. Allahu ala kulli shay'in qadirun. Okay. Going back to the first abnormal sentence structure. What was the first abnormal sentence structure again, Noor? Good. The muta'alliqun bil khabari followed by the mubtada'un. Okay. In the explanation that was given in the book, basically we were taught there were two instances where this happens. One was to show exclusivity. It's more to do with the way you're speaking, you're trying to make a point, and the example that was given, إِلَى اللَّهِ الْمَصِيرُ. إِلَى اللَّهِ الْمَصِيرُ. That to Allah alone is the return. Yes? The other reason they said it happens is when your mubtada'un is nakira. Okay? When your mubtada'un is nakira, then you're forced to push the mubtada to the end or make it delayed. Yes? And it said that, hey, when you have a jarun and majrurun and your mubtada'un is nakira, then you're going to end up. Like, for example, the example that he gave from the Quran, fi qulubihim maradun. Fi qulubihim maradun. In their hearts is maradun, a sickness. Maradun is nakira, right? في قلوبهم مرض. In their hearts is a sickness. Now, عندنا كتاب. كتاب is nakira, correct? كتاب is nakira. So over here we would say that عند is a dharf, right? And whatever comes after a dharf, like whatever is attached to a dharf or comes right after it, gets treated as a mudafun ilayhi. Good. So the noon over here is your mudafun ilayhi. Okay? And kitabun, and then that عندنا is going to be your muta'alliqun bil khabari muqaddamun. It came early. And kitabun Salma, you would label it as your mubtada'un mu'akhkharun, your delayed mubtada. So once again, عندنا will get labeled as your muta'alliqun bil khabari muqaddamun, came early, and kitabun will get labeled as mubtada'un, subject, mu'akhkharun, that got delayed. Now, no, it's not a jar al-majrur, it's a dharf. Inda is not a jar al-majrur. Remember, Inda is on the chart of dharfun. Idafa constructions are not jar al-majrur. Idafa constructions are not jar al-majrur. No. I know it's right. No, Inda is a dharf. So the huruf al-jar, an, ila, min, right? Waw al-qasam, the lam that shows possession, ba, all of those are huruf al-jar. So we will label those as jar al-majrur, right? So the jar generally refers to a harf al-jar. But the idafa construction is not a jar al-majrur. I see how, like, for example, because the mudafun ilayh is always in the state of jar, and then the dharf, but no, the dharf and its following mudafun ilayh do not get looked at or get defined or labeled as a jar al-majrur. They get defined as what we define them as a dharf or a special mudaf, and then followed by its mudafun ilayh. Yes, madam. Oh, perfect.
So the dharf one is, it replaces the mudafun, or
yes. Yes, the dharfun replaces the mudafun.
So in this case, it's not the mudafun, it's the dharfun and then the mudafun ilayh.
Correct.
Not dharfun mudafun ilayh.
Correct. Okay. I understood it, but you can. The dharfun plays the role of the mudaf. The dharfun plays the role of a mudaf, but we don't label it a mudaf. I mean, even in other situations, we don't label something a mudaf because it's always playing a more important role. Like, for example, an qawmi Musa. What do we label an as? Harfu jarrin, right? What do we label qawmi as? Do we label it as mudaf or do we label it as majroor? Is it both? Yes, but which one do we label it as? Majroor, because that is the more important role. You telling me a mudaf doesn't tell me much about the state of the word. But when you tell me it's the majroor, then I understand, oh, that's why it has a kasra, because it's majroor, right? And then Musa, you tell me it's the mudafun ilay, and naturally I understand that the word before it was the mudaf. So Tayyib's question is, inda, is it dharf and mudaf? No, it's just dharf. But the dharf plays a role naturally of a mudaf. That's why we call it special mudafs, indicating that the word that will come after it will be the mudafun ilay and will be in a state of jar. Yes, sir. Huh? Dharf is, I think, yeah, they use in English adverb. Thank you. Dharfun, adverb. Yeah. Huh?
Let's eliminate English. It makes everything.
I think I've seen a dharf for adverb. I've seen it somewhere. I know what you're talking about. Adverb is like quickly.
How do you say like very in Arabic? Like,
huh?
Very?
Jiddan.
I think that's like an adverb. But I don't think these are adverbs.
I've seen a translation before where I know I've seen it. I'm not saying it's correct. But alhamdulillah, I'm not here to teach you English. So I'm not worried about that. Okay? Good. Okay. 18. 18. Yeah, Bayan, 18. Go ahead.
أهل المدينة. The families of Medina, or like the parents. I don't know.
So Ahl means family, and Ahl also means people and inhabitants, right?
Okay.
People and inhabitants. So Ahlul Madinati would be like the people or the inhabitants of the city. Right?
Okay.
So Ahlun, by the way, just so you right, gets used as family, but also gets used as people and inhabitants. Number 19. Number 19. Michelle. Uh-huh. DJ Mardini, Muhammad Malik, Abdurrahman.
Some of the actions, some of the bad, some of the action.
Yes, some action. This is ba'du, not ba'd with the dal. This is with the dal. Ba'dul amali, some action, or some of the action. I guess you could say some of the action. Yes, please.
For Ahlul Madinati, when you see Al Madinati, you're just gonna always assume the word just in general, the city.
You'll take it by context. It can be the city or it can be Al Madina, as in the Prophet city. Yeah, context will determine. Al Madina, is it referring to the city or is it referring to the THE capital city? 20. Maryam Khidr, 20. Maryam, 20. Rania, 20.
You hear me?
I can hear.
Somebody, okay. Siraj, 20.
Furushuha
means
her bedding.
Her beddings, plural, right? What's the singular, Siraj? Firashun, her beddings. Good. 21, Rania.
أمام زوجي.
Which means? Fardeen, which means?
In front of my spouse.
In front of my spouse. In front of my spouse. Amama is what type of word, Noor? It is a dharfun, good. Zawj is in what state? Rama? Jarun, good. How many mudafun ilays? How many mudafun ilays do we have here, Michelle, in amama zawji? I think Rama said the answer. I even heard it from here. How many do we have, Salma? Huh? How many mudafun ilays do we have here, guys? Two. Zawj, right, comes after amama. Amama is your dharf. Whatever comes after your dharf is a mudafun ilay. So zawj is a mudafun ilay. And it is also a, come on guys, it is also a mudafun. So then that makes the ya a mudafun ilay. So the first mudafun ilay is zawj, and the second mudafun ilay is the ya. Amama zawji. Ya al-mutakallim, correct. Because these are two different yes. Right? I appreciate you guys telling me I'm right. Really builds my confidence. Go home happier. In chat, number 22.
يوم القيامة. The day of resurrection.
The day of resurrection. Good. It says, drill 8. Okay. It says translate to Arabic. Do this. If you get stuck on one, move on. By the way, it continues on to the next page. Right? Yeah. By the way, if anyone's turned ahead, chapter 8 is. Anyone know what chapter 8 is? Al-Mawsuf wa Sifa. Done. I'm basically done teaching until next week. Skip 5. 5 is just like bad English, trying to make it into Arabic. Skip 5.
They make it so confusing. I'm going down. I'm going 1, 3, 5, 7. That's what we just did.
That's where.
Okay, let's look at this. I know you haven't had enough time. It's fine. Okay. Number one says your guardian. Your guardian. Siraj.
حافظك.
حافظك.
What's ولي?
Protector, ally. Could work. Waliyuka. Could work. Waliyuka technically could work, right? حافظك. حافظك, your guardian. Okay. Although I've said this to some of you before, I do believe that starting off, and I don't put much weight, I personally, I can't speak for other teachers or people, I don't put much weight on your ability to go from English to Arabic. What I do want you to do is kind of for your ability to read the Arabic and understand it in a language that, you know, you're comfortable with, most likely English. But generally going from English to Arabic is harder, right? I'm like, hey, you just said this in English, how would you say this in Arabic, right? I believe that comes over time. That takes a lot of practice. Once you get more comfortable with the language, then you get more comfortable with that, right? Number two. What does number two say, guys?
After the with their mention.
With their mention. With their mention. Salma? Mention, remembrance. Yeah. مع ذكرهم. مع ذكرهم. With the, technically, yeah. بذكرهم. Technically, yeah. 3 says after the first. سعد. بعد الأول. Please do write these down because any exercise that we do, it becomes fair game on a quiz or a test. Number 4, it says around the delegations. Around the delegations. Malik. حول الوفود. I said skip 5, right? First of all, the same darkness, يعني like yeah, نفس الظلام. Huh? Yeah, so that's why I even removed it, because I prefer like that you would have used like the kaf, like كالظلام, but then that would mean like the darkness. But if you really want like نفس المظلم نفس الظلام. Yes.
The left one, are they pretty common in like just regular speaking Arabic?
Very common. Okay. Very, very common. Like the ones that are not as common would be, what is it? Was it like milladun, lada, qaddama? But besides that, yeah, besides those, yeah. I mean, think about it, right? Above, in front of, between, around, under, before, after. You know, before a prayer, after a prayer.
I was wondering, all the Arabs in the back have them all down. So I was.
Yeah. Okay. Number six. In support of the community. Grant.
مع الأمة.
نعم. مع الأمة. مع الأمة. Number 7, his right hand. His right hand. Abdurrahman? Good. يمينه. يمينه. Yeah. Me. 8. 8. His mention, Muhammad Fardeen. His mention.
ذكره.
Good. ذكره. ذكره. Number 9 says their female children. Their female children is telling that not the children are female, but rather that there is female. Michelle. One more time. What's the last part that you're saying? It's female. They're female. So you need to change the pronoun at the end. Home would be like male, male, female. Yeah, so the entire word would be أولادهن.
Did you put atfal?
Yeah, but atfal technically refers to younger children. Number 10 says other than guidance. Other than. Amira? For other than, it wants to use a dharf. Is it other than the guidance? غير الهدى or دون الهدى, both would work. غير الهدى or دون الهدى would both work. Huh? غير what? What's غيدا? غير.
So what's the distinction between Hail and Duna?
Duna, you would more use it as, they can be interchangeables, right?
Is it Duna without?
Duna can be without, and Duna can also be besides, right? And غير is without, but at times they can be interchangeable. Uh, 11, some of the evening. طيب.
Yeah, I don't know this one.
What's some of? What's some?
I don't even have that.
Some.
Straight one?
No, that's thing or something. This is a dharf. Some. Huh? Okay, finish it, Sardar. Some of the evening. That's the night. What's the evening? بعض العشاء. But بعض الليل would also work. But
What's Nahar?
huh? Nahar is day.
So what would you call Maghrib?
That is sunset technically. Sunset technically.
I wouldn't. I guess you would.
بعض العشاء. By the way, we said if you change that kasra on the ayn to fatha, asha becomes dinner. Asha'un is dinner. Yes.
Does it be about like
No. So are you talking about the word ba'd?
yeah.
No. Does it have to have a fatha?
Yeah.
No. Remember, ba'd was the second chart, the second box, right? Look at it. Was it? Am I right? Yes?
Yeah.
So those ones, kullun, ayyun, ba'dun, nafsun, right? Those are words in Arabic, and a lot of times they get used as mudafs.
Okay.
But they'll not like fawqa and tahta would generally come as mansub.
Okay.
Because that's the way they are structured. Just they're stuck that way. The only exception would be if it comes after harfu jar, like min tahtil ardi, right? Then it would be different. Or when it doesn't get used as a mudaf, as I mentioned in Surah Al-Rum, Allah says, Lillahi al-amru min qablu wa min ba'du, right? But yes, generally when they're used, they come as mansub. They're stuck in that state. They're like mabni there. No, dhamma. Yeah, because that second box, kullun, ayyun, nafsun, ba'dun, whatever in that will come default dhamma, and then fatha, kasra, depending on wherever it falls in the sentence. But default dhamma.
In Surah Al-Rum, you said the min is not used as a harf jar.
It is used as a harf jar, min. But the issue is that qablu and ba'du, they're not being used as mudafs. They are not being used as mudafs, right? So this is more of an exception. So when they don't get used as a mudaf, right, then you'll have that situation because min qablu. The min doesn't have that effect that it has.
But min is a harf jar. It has to make the next letters idaf mudaf ilayhi, right? Or jarun.
It has to make the next word majrurun. But over here qablu, because it's not being used as mudaf, it becomes in that situation it becomes mabni.
Okay.
It becomes mabni and it gets stuck on the dhamma. But if we had a mudafun ilay after that, we would say min qabli something, right? But because we don't have a mudafun ilay here, that's a right. Those are more rare, but that's the rule. 12. Under the door. Maryam Khidr, under the door.
تحت الباب.
تحت الباب. You know, sometimes when a student doesn't show up, I know they didn't show up the previous day, but they showed up the following day, but the day they didn't show up, they didn't really have a good excuse, right? I would say, and got this from my teachers, they would ask the student, where are you? And the student, you know, like they have that moment where they're pausing and trying to create an answer because they don't have one. So the teacher responds, he says, فوق الفراش تحت البطانية. That you were فوق الفراش, you were above the mattress, تحت البطانية, under the covers. Meaning you were just sleeping in, right? Huh? But like a blanket. A bataniya is referred to as a blanket, right? Or فوق الوسادة تحت البطانية, on top of the pillow, under the blanket. So if I ever say that to you, where were you just saying pause? I might come with that, just so you know. You have been warned. 13 says before the year. Abdurrahman? قبل السنة or قبل العام, both work. No. That's sanad they use for check with the dal at the end. Someone have their hand up? 14. Her room. Nur. غرفتها. Number 15 says the rain is in the clouds. This is a full-on sentence. The rain is in the clouds. Siraj.
المطر في الغيام.
Oh.
الغيام.
Huh?
الغيام.
في حرف جر.
Oh, sorry, في الغيام. I don't know what happened there. That was weird.
المطر في You were given two plurals, غيام and غيوم, correct? Yes, okay. المطر في الغيام or في الغيوم both work. No. Rain of cloud. What are you trying to say? No. You can't have al-matar, but then your mudaf can't have alif lam. No, you would switch it. غيوم المطر. Clouds of rain. Like what you're trying to say, hypothetically, you don't say that in Arabic, but غيوم المطر, you would switch it. It would become rain clouds of rain, if you wanted to.
You can say al-ghayth also.
Right? Yeah, technically. المطر في الغيوم. No.
Is matar used more
frequently? Yeah, without a doubt. 16, my situation. Bayan. شأني. Good. Huh? ظرفي would work. My situation. حالي. من مصيبتي is my affliction, my problem.
Would Amri work?
Amri would work, my situation, right? Hali is like my condition, if you want. Also, by the way, Hali, like you say, like you could say also Hali, you can change it to the word Haliyan. Haliyan would mean what? Like, yeah, currently. Haliyan, currently, right? Not to be confused with Hali. But Sha'ni, Amri, Hali, right? Haliyan has a different meaning, right? Haliyan means currently. Different meaning. 17. 17, right? 17, in Sha'. He is heedless about you, or he is unaware or inattentive about you.
I couldn't figure out this one, but I know heedless is ghafilun.
Okay, and this is a sentence. So he.
Huwa.
Yeah. And then the is intended already, and you already said the second word. So huwa.
Huwa ghafilun.
Ghafilun about you. Ajar and majroor.
Ooh, I don't remember about.
Anka.
Would alayka work?
Yes, Anka. Is that what you asked, Maryam? Anka?
No, I said would alayka work as well.
Ghafilun alayka. No, not here. Not here. Ghafilun alayka. No.
Would ghafiluhu work?
No.
You have to put huwa?
Yeah.
You have to put huwa.
Yeah, because ghafiluhu, first of all, doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't have a meaning. But what you're trying to say, like ghafiluhu, if it had a meaning, it doesn't. But like, it would become his heedlessness, which you would not use ghafil, by the way, you would use ghaflatun, right? You say ghaflatuhu. But this is, he is, right? So huwa ghafilun anka. So this is a jumlatun ismiyatun. We have all three parts here, correct? Huwa is playing the role, Nur, of the... Oh, you shook your head, so I mean... Mubtada'un. Ghafilun, Siraj. I heard a lot of, yeah. Actually, I got real quiet. Grant.
Oh, sorry.
خبر. Sardar, عنك. متعلق. There's a lot of yes, there's a lot of tricks. هو غافل عنك is a جملة اسمية that has all three parts. هو is your مبتدأ. غافل is your خبر. And عنك is your متعلق بالخبر. Michelle, هو, what type of word is هو? منفصل. ضمير منفصل. What state is it in? It's a مبتدأ, so it's obviously it's a رفع, and you know that through what vowel sign? The واو, because the fatha. Bayan. Huwa is the mubtada. What state is huwa in?
Nasbun.
Nasbun, because the mubtada is always in the state of
Nasbun.
Siraj, you had to take a 5-minute istighfar break. If we had time, I would do that right now.
That made me feel so bad.
Everybody has their thing.
Their thing.
The
The problem is you came back from the istighfar break and you made the same exact mistake. That was the problem. That was what irked me and irked you too. Malik, huwa. What state is huwa in? Abdurrahman. Huh? No, just say no, it's not something about no, say it. Perfect. Huwa is a damirun. Dama'ir. Do they have dama'ir have states? No, they are mabniyun. They are mabniyun. When I ask you what state huwa is in, you say it doesn't have a state. Rather, it is mabniyun. But the position of it is a raf'un position because it's the mubtada. Is that clear, Michelle? Get it? Yes? Okay. غافل عنك. Right? So مبتدأ غافل خبر عنك متعلق بالخبر. 18. Your opinion. Muhammad Fardeen.
رأيك.
Good. رأيك. $19. All your chess. All your chess. Let's go. Rania.
Chess, صدر.
That's the singular.
صدوركم.
But all. Okay, you have that part. You have that part down, but you just need to put all before it.
Gem.
Bayan.
كل صدوركم.
كل acts as a mudaf. So one more time.
كل صدوركم.
لا
كل صدوركم.
whatever comes after kul is going to act as a mudaf.
كل صدوركم.
Grant. No, the pronoun was right. You changed their pronoun. You changed the pronoun. Yeah. Good. There we go. Kullu sudurikum. No pun intended when I said it. Kullu sudurikum. Bayan. Where's Bayan? Bayan. Whatever comes after kul is going to act as a mudafun ilay, so it has to be in the state of jar. So your answer was essentially right, but you needed to change the vowel sign on the ra, right, to a kasra. To say, kullu sudurikum. Yes.
So if we were to just say suduruhum, how would you try your chest?
Suduruhum.
Their chest?
Just suduruhum.
Yeah.
Your chest. Their chest.
And then suduru
kum.
Kum.
Your. The difference is second person and third person.
Okay, so
Hum is
to do all all of your chest.
Yeah, but I'm saying whether if you said kullu sudurihim, it's their chests. And if you said kullu sudurikum, it's all your chests. Second person. Hum or him, right? Kullu suduri him, technically him. We wouldn't use hum. Kullu suduri him. Twenty says, 20 says, father of her children. Father of her children. Amira.
It's Abu Awlad. Abu Awlad. Abu Awlad.
Abu awladiha, the father of her children. So we have two idafas, right? Two idafas. The first idafa construction is Abu and awlad together. The second idafa is her children, awladiha, right? Abu, because it's default, we're going to have it in the state of what? Raf'un. Noor, how is Abu showing that is in the state of Raf'un? Why is it using a waw and not a dhamma? Because it is from one of the, or from the category of al-asma' al-khamsa, the 5 nouns. Good. And then awladiha, the father of her children. Do you guys have a midterm tomorrow?
Yes. No.
Not do? Okay. So, where are they going? So I do want to finish this, but just so I don't generally give homework, and I don't want you to think of this as homework. I want you to think of this as practice. If you don't do it, I'm not gonna don't turn it in, don't email me. I will hit delete if you email me. Okay. But like drill 9, it says place the harakat in the following based on your knowledge of the idafa and then translate it, right? Try to do this. This is good practice. It's simple, small phrases, right? Just put the harakat, right? Put the vowel signs, and then try to translate to the best of your ability. Get stuck on anyone, move on. Get stuck on anyone, move on. I just want you to try to practice it before we'll do it in class. I'm not gonna grill you, interrogate you if you did it or not, right? But just try to do it. Spend a few minutes on it at home or at some point. Put the vowel signs and translate. Good, and then we'll actually do the actual exercise in class tomorrow. Okay. Twenty-one says under their bedding. Insha.
تحت فرشهم.
تحت whatever comes after.
Oh, تحت فرشهم.
Good. تحت فرشهم. Firash is singular. It says bedding. Under their bedding. The idea is they're not sharing bedding. So I'm just like from context. So it can't be تحت we have تحت فرشهم. تحت فرشهم. You get away. تحت فرشهم. You can get away with تحت فرشهم. I think you can get away with it. Uh, 22 says your offspring. Your off.
Should be
sir. There we go. 22 Joseph, it says your offspring.
Is that ذريتكم?
Let's treat your as one person.
Oh, ذريتك.
Yeah, ذريتك. Huh?
T or that?
Two. Default, it comes first, right? Two, T, yeah, two, okay. Three. 23 says more than him. More than him. Yeah.
That's in your book.
Yeah, we have in your book.
What?
In your book.
Oh. Okay. In your book. In your book, right? In your book. Okay. In your book. DJ. Huh? Your. What's the pronoun for the attached pronoun for anta? Nam. Fi kitabika. 24. Yeah, 24, right?
Yeah.
24 around the building. Yes. Samira, around the building. Around the building. 24. Michelle, around the building. One more time. Twenty-five says our villages. Muhammad Ali, our villages.
Is it? I forgot the word for villages. But I know we would add
the singular is qaryatun.
qaryatun.
The singular is qaryatun.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay. He's currently driving. Like I can see that he's driving. He's driving. He's got a camera on. Looking down at his book, I can see like the trees that he's passing in the background. That's impressive. Go ahead, please. Malik. Sardar. Qurana. So this is like right because the word was, it becomes Quran. The word is.
Well, the maksura doesn't become a ya.
Huh?
The alif maksura doesn't become a ya.
No. Qurana. Huh?
Because of the light.
No. So what happens here is you have. What's the word? So it's like. Quran. Right? So what happens is you basically eliminate this guy, right? And because we're adding a pronoun, it's no longer going to have tanween, right? And the only way to pronounce it, it becomes ra, right? And this alif is basically replacing this ya over here. And then we end up adding.
Is that just because it's a weak letter? That's just
Yeah, because it's a weak letter. Yeah. Yeah, that's a different word.
Will we learn a rule later when alif maksura becomes ya, when it becomes alif, or?
You will learn it over time, I would say. What did you ask about? Qurana'u is the plural of qarinun. So qarinun is like a companion or an associate. It's also referred to like the angels that record, like every human being has a qarin, right? The plural of qarin is qurana. What was 25? What was it?
26, the entire delegation.
No. What was 25?
Our village.
Qurana. The the entire delegation, 26. The entire delegation. Rama. Huh? Yeah, كل الوفد. كل الوفد. $27. They say in front of the fly. Yes, in front of the fly. Go ahead, Sardar. Muhammad, you know, I'm so good, by the way, at picking on people for the only one that they didn't fill out. My my stats, if they were to compile them for the last 9 years, I am really good at this. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying. Qadar. Qadar is me and Qadar are friends. Muhammad, go ahead. In front of the fly. أمام الذبابة or أمام الذبابي, right? You can use ذبابة to refer to a fly, a single fly. And you can also use ذبابة. Amama is significantly more used and just common over than qaddama.
Over what?
Over qaddama, which was one of the dharf words. Shh. Yeah. Guys, let's just finish this off. I know we're at 11:31. This is a sentence. He is looking at me. He is looking at me. Ya Salma. Use only nouns. Technically, you're right. That's the right answer, but use only nouns. You replace yanzuru with its fa'il. نعم هو ناظر إلي. هو ناظر إلي. Looking at me. Remember, ناظر is used with إلى, and then you got to fit in the me. So إلي. إلي. 29 says your, and then the your is female, and it says 2 pens. Your female, 2 pens. إنشاء.
قلمان قلمينك.
Oh, you were so close.
Oh no, قلمانك.
Yeah, the first one. They're both the same, but just give it to me in the default state.
قلمانك.
What? Say it one more time.
قلمانك. Your female.
Amira taught you a rule before class yesterday.
Oh.
They had
قلماكي.
There we go. قلماكي. Yes. قلماكي in the raf'un state, and in the nasbun and jarun state, قلميكي, right? So we had to remove the noon. Asluhu, the origin is, not that you would say it, but it's asluhu qalaman, 2 pens, and then plus the kaf. So qalamaki. Okay. And then in themselves, Grant. Make it pluralized. That same word, just pluralize it. The one you're about to say. Yeah, في نفوسهم or في أنفسهم. Both. في نفوسهم or في أنفسهم. Your question? أنفسهم. في أنفسهم. Good. 30. في أنفسهم. Please, if you get a chance, just kind of review over these, right? There was a few weird ones in there. Don't pay attention, but review them. I know we kind of went over them, or at least the last few quickly, and then spend some time, maybe 15, 20 minutes on that exercise that I mentioned, right? Trying to vowel it and translating it. All right, guys, we will see you all tomorrow, inshallah. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Is it the same one as La Hawla wa La Quwwata illa billah? Or the same?
No.
It's a different.
No. So that is the word. That is the word